Hey grade 10, this is just going to be a short video and I'm just going to review the different types of factoring you learned. So the four main types, the first type was inspection. The second type is decomposition. The third type of factoring is perfect squares. And the last type of factoring is difference of squares. So with this video, in order for it to be most effective and most beneficial for your learning, is if you take notes on the examples. Okay, so make sure you take notes on each of these four types of factoring, especially if you're still having difficulties getting through the practice problems, and especially if you're having difficulties getting through them individually or on your own. All right, so the first one we're looking at is inspection. So inspection is when you have a trinomial in the form of x squared plus bx plus c, and you want to find the greatest common factors that will give you the binomial that will multiply to give you this specific trinomial. Okay, remember your binomial is always going to be in the form of x plus c, or x plus a times x plus b as an example. Okay, this first example we're going to look at is x squared minus 2x minus 3. X squared minus 2x minus 3. This is something we can solve by inspection. If I look at each of these terms, I have my x squared term here, I have a negative bx term, and I have a negative c. Remember, all of these kind of trinomials, it's easier to solve, or easier to kind of begin solving if you start off building a t-chart and creating a riddle. And so you want to find the product of my last term and the sum of my second term. And remember, we're looking for the product of two integers and the sum of two integers that will give us each of these terms. Alright, so what I'm looking for is the product of two integers that are going to give me negative 3 and the sum of two integers that are going to give me negative 2. So if I walk through and I think about all those different integers that would multiply, first of all, to give me negative 3, well, I have 1 times 3. That would give me positive 3. So if I'm thinking about negative 3, then I have 1 times negative 3, that will give me negative 3. I have negative 1 times 3, that will also give me negative 3. But which one of these pairs of integers will also have a sum of negative 2? Well, if I have 1 plus negative 3, that has a sum of negative 2. And if I look at this one below, if I have negative 1 plus positive 3, that's going to give me positive 2. So I know it can't be these integers. So now that we've found our factors, 1 and negative 3, we can plug them into a binomial. In order to get x squared, we had to have multiplied x times x. And going through our FOIL method and distributive properties, we're going to multiply one of the binomials, my x variable, by the other one. And now all it is a matter of plugging in my two factors that I found, so 1 and negative 3. And remember, that was positive 1 and negative 3. Alright, so this was the video on inspection. I hope that makes sense. I hope you're getting a clear understanding. And if not, if you go back to your notes and look at your notes, there are numerous examples. And there are also quite a few examples in the textbook as well. And there are ones that you are going to be looking at this week.